Riley Chow from Gold Derby here with Constance Wu from the upcoming Amazon sci-fi anthology series, Solos. You are in the Jenny episode, and this is a show of monologues, people talking to themselves, people talking to computers. Without giving too much away, who is your character talking to?
Well, my character begins the episode drunk, very drunk, right? And she doesn't know where she is or how she got there. So throughout the episode, she's sort of trying to figure that out. And because she's drunk, I mean, she's talking to somebody in a waiting room, right? But because she's drunk, for me, it was a lot like a dream where it's like, in one part of the dream you're talking to your sister, but then suddenly it morphs into your dog for some reason, and then that dog suddenly morphs into, like, your barista you see every day, but like in a dream it's kind of seamless, like for some reason the character changes. And so for Jenny, depending on the parts that she was going through in the episode, it's morphing because she's in this kind of dream state, because she's heavily intoxicated.
Your episode is different from the others in how rapid the cutting is. There's a lot more editing I found, and I'm wondering if that's reflected at all when you're actually shooting it.
Oh, interesting. I actually haven't seen my episode, so I didn't know how they cut it, but I'll tell you how we shot it, which was kind of in like 5 different chunks of dialogue, right? So I do think like the last 10 minutes is one shot, right? It's not cut. I think they did, sorry, that's my kid. I think they did all the cuts in the beginning just to make it so different from like the final part. But the way we shot it was in 5 different chunks from different, angles. I would just perform that part of the monologue or do that part of the monologue with the camera here, and then I would do it with here. And then we'd move on to the second chunk and we'd put that in a different place and sort of do the same thing all over again.
It's true. I guess the long take at the end kind of evens it out with the other episodes. When you have this script where it's just your character talking, do you kind of learn the entire thing so that you can be ready to go, if you have to deliver the entire thing at once?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you do. I mean, I'm a theater actor. I've been a theater actor since I was 10. And so I remember when I was 16, I did a 16-minute monologue that I memorized. And, if I hadn't had this experience, it would have been really hard. But I mean, if you work out any muscle since you're 10 years old, it's going to be a strong muscle. And so my memorization muscle is pretty strong. And you want to have it so strong that it's like in your bones so that you don't have to think about the words, and then you could just let the character take you over.
And when was the last time you did something like this where you had a project where you just got to talk for kind of so long?
It's actually been a few years, several years, because I've been doing film and television for like the past 7 years, which is different. Um, in that, like, if you mess up a line, you could stop and just be like, let me do that again. So it has been a while, but then, I still go to acting class every week when I'm not working. And when I go to acting class, I do Tennessee Williams, I do Chekhov, I do all that kind of stuff. And I do it just for fun because I love it so much. So I definitely have kept up my muscles in terms of going to acting class every week and doing it in that sense. But having to do it like for a job, it's been a while. But I hope it won't be so long a while again because I love the theater and I really want to return to it.
With these episodes all being standalone, did you have a choice in your episode, or were you always attached to the Jenny episode?
Oh, well, the Jenny episode was the one that was offered to me. I hadn't really even read the other ones. Um, I haven't read the other ones, so I actually don't know. So that's the one that they came to me with, and I read it and I was like, this is awesome. Um, I'm in. Yeah.
I think yours is a little darker. This show comes
Is it? I don't
from,
know. I haven't seen the other ones.
yeah.
I think
This
it's
show comes,
funny though. Aren't there funny parts? There are funny parts in the beginning.
there are funny parts early on, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Weil is the creator, writer of this show. This is also his directorial debut. So what can you tell us about him as a director?
Oh, he's just a really lovely, kind, warm, open human being, which is very helpful for an actor in a piece like this. Especially since I don't have the personal experience that Jenny has, like what she goes through, I've never gone through before. So because of that, I can't draw from personal experience. So you really have to just sort of have the faith and abandon to just let her take over and let your imagination and empathy kind of guide you. But in order to feel safe enough to do that, you have to have a director who kind of sets that stage so that you feel safe enough to have that freedom for the spirit to kind of enter you and then do with you what it will. And she certainly did, you know. um so yeah, it was crucial having he directed my episode, and it was crucial having him directed. He didn't write it, but he directed it, and it was awesome working with him.
And finally, yeah, going back to the beginning, how did he set the stage, for this project for you? What did he tell you about your episode?
Yeah, a lot of it for me with a director is honestly kind of a temperament thing. It's kind of an energy, it's a vibe. And he just had a vibe of trust and what's the opposite of anxiety? Calm? Whatever. Yeah. Um, yeah, because sometimes you work with directors who are anxious and it's like, oh, the energy, it's like it makes it harder to be free in your performance. But he was the opposite of that. He didn't have anxiety. He felt he had a lot of trust in his actor. He felt good about where it was and where it was going and how it was rolling out. Um and so it was very much his energy of like calm and faith that really helped.
All right, well, thanks very much, Constance.
Yeah, thank you.